What's this? Hey, Mike. How you doing? Wow. Hi, everybody. I am a lot better. Yeah. Hey, K Billy. Hey, everybody. So I thought we'd do something that I've been threatening to do for a while. I'm not doing the readings tonight. This is a separate deal. I thought we'd just talk about awakening, talk about tarot, talk about whatever. Because people ask me a lot of questions during those lives and I never really have time to answer. So I thought we'd just talk about shit. Yeah, I really am better, Mike. Really. Yeah, something different, you know. I feel like some of those rules of awakening got to be broken. You know, we gotta talk about the limitations that the spiritual TikTok community here puts on awakening. Because when I was awakened, a whole lot of limitations were put on me too, and I didn't listen. And it got me ostracized from a community that I thought was helping. So let's ostracize ourselves from a community that's not helping. Ask me questions. What do you want to know about awakening or about tarot or about, whatever the fuck? Let's just talk. Unless, you don't want to. I mean, it was kind of unannounced. I'm good, Artsman. How are you? Look, I can see the screen now. Well, the first thing, it depends on what you want to do with them. If you wanna start reading right away, get yourself a good. Hey, Alice. Um, get yourself a good companion book, a good book to go with it. If you're reading a Rider-Waite based deck, reading that system, then pretty much any one of those books will do good for you. Well, K-Bill, yeah, we do tend to ostracize ourselves once we awaken because we start realizing that people who are not awakened, as lovely as they may be, don't seem to understand a fucking word we're talking about anymore, and we start to judge, and that's not cool. It's best to take yourself back a little bit, take a step back so that you don't judge somebody for not awakening, because that's a valid choice. Not everybody's here to awaken. You've had people tell you all the time that you have gifts, so what should you do? Oh, and that you should work with them, but how? Well, first of all, they're not gifts, just so you know. They're you. You were born with them. You didn't just somebody didn't just hand them to you. How am I veiling? I don't veil. My ears get sore, so I put a hat on. No veiling here. I don't do that. It's not necessary. All of your other senses awaken when you awaken. That's really what 5D is about. 5D is not going somewhere else. It's not being in the astral. It's not because you can go to the astral plane right now. It's not about being in a different place. It's about your mind expanding. That's it. Your mind expands. And look at it like, straight line is 1D. That's 2. Cube is 3. 4 is your mind expanding to larger concepts like Wow, I can't even think right now. And 5 is when you're tapped into everything pretty much all at once. You feel all of your senses, your psychic senses, what people call gifts. They're just normal senses. Oh, dude, K-Belay, I couldn't do any of that shit. I couldn't. But then again, I'm neurodivergent in like 1,000 different ways, and so I had a hard time dealing with straight jobs anyway. But Alice, you probably can see so much more clearly. You know, the last straight job I was ever able to really deal with was waiting tables, because I could do it almost on autopilot, you know. Things where I had to think and deal with the overwhelming amount of sensory input because it was coming from just fucking everywhere. It was hard. It was hard, but hey, currently me. I am currently me, and you are currently you, and we are currently we. Hey, Tanisha. Welcome, everybody. We're not going to read cards today, I don't think. So I was telling somebody and then got distracted because ADD. Getting a good companion book for tarot is really important. It depends on what you want to do, though. You know, do you want to read cards like the kids do on TikTok here? You know, the thing. I don't know what the fuck to do with that. I can't do that. If you want to read to give yourself guidance, I think a Rider-Waite deck is probably the best way to go. A Rider-Waite styled deck. If you want to get really good psychic information, you probably ought to get yourself something that's not so rigid. But for learning, rigid is the way. Learning to facilitate breathwork sessions. Nice. Very good, Anasazi girl. That's cool. Lucky for me, my bestie, I forgot to turn off my notifications. I don't know what the hell I was saying. Yeah, Harry Potter mobile, that is exactly your problem. That's it. Too many people, with all of our senses waking up at the same time, it makes every conversation seem like it's happening in a crowded banquet hall with everybody, you know, dancing or drinking or something. It's crazy. Well, currently me, like I said, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to really read, really be psychic with the cards, I recommend everybody's empathic. Every fucking buddy is an empath. Everybody. How you disconnect from the divine is, see, there's no separation between you and the divine. The divine is everything. In every single cell, everyone. It's everyone. Every cell of every organism on, off the planet, and below, smaller. The tiniest particles. The divine is in them. All you have to do is accept it. It's hard for a lot of people to accept because we've been raised with these ideas of a god or gods that are larger than life, judgmental, and outside of ourselves. We have to supplicate. We have to petition. You know, the divine or God or the universe or all that is everywhere and does not give a single shit about prayer or or obeisance or obedience or judgment. God doesn't judge us for anything. God just loves us. We're here to learn our lessons, to learn our shit, to travel down our paths. And our paths are not set before us by God or somebody outside of us. We choose those paths. In between lives, we choose those paths. Okay, the girl who was talking about the cards. If you want to just, like I said, give a little bit of advice here, get a little clarity there, the Rider-Waite decks are the best way to go. So go find a Rider-Waite style, a Rider-Waite based deck, one that follows that system. I call it tarot by numbers, and I don't mean to be insulting about it, but half of everything I say sounds insulting. But it's got rules, and some people can break free of those rules and get to a more intuitive place with them. But mostly people who've never read cards in their life before can do that with the Sure Thing Artsman, can do that with a Rider-Waite style based deck. I use the Thoth deck. And decks like this that are more unconventional can be difficult if you don't want to be a serious, if you're not into being psychic because you're fucking psychic and you can't do anything else. But this one, the Thoth deck here, it's really intuitive. Let me see if I can find another deck real quick so that you can compare. What do I have here? Whoops. This is a new Witch's Tarot. And it's pretty close to the standard Rider-Waite. Here's the Eight of Cups. Somebody is running away from the Mishigas of the world, the troubles that they've been living through, the confusion and all that shit. They're choosing another life. The Eight of Cups in my deck doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't mean anything like that. But more than that, in a deck like this here, the meanings change all the time. Okay, Eight of Cups in my deck, indolence, and the Eight of Cups in this deck. Leaving a situation. This one generally for me often means not leaving a situation, but making a situation leave you. This one I use for cutting ties. We use because you're being sucked dry. People are taking advantage of you. People are using up your everything makes me feel not so lonely when I learned that everything that surrounds is the divine and everything that indwells. Everything you are, you can't get away from your own divinity. There is no separation between you and your guides. There's no separation between you and your higher self, your spirit. You don't call in your spirit. That would be like calling in you. How silly would you feel? I call myself to me. I guess I'm here. Every God you've ever believed in or not believed in, your spirit, they're all the same thing. To be a human, though, we have to believe that we're separate. It's that belief in the separation between me and God and you and God and me and you that it keeps us working and learning and growing on this earth. But it also keeps us from awakening sometimes because these concepts are really hammered in, and they should be. They're supposed to be. we're breaking free because we're done. We're done with this particular lesson. Not done here on earth necessarily, but done learning that we're separate from the rest of creation. You don't have to go hug a tree to be grounded. You don't have to go outside to be grounded. Absolutely. Anasazi girl, you do. You develop your own style. There comes a time when teachers start teaching you their path and you have a hard time finding your own. So yeah, you follow your guides, yourself, your intuition, what feels good. It should feel right. Currently me, exactly, handle disappointments or things that make me go, better, and turn it into a positive. Absolutely. Yeah, it's easier when you know that everything you learned because the lesson demanded you. It's like algebra. I've never been able to figure algebra out, but I know that that algebra is based on formulas. It's like virtual math. Like you plug the numbers into this formula and you get this answer. If I had known this when I was in school, perhaps I could have passed, but actually I don't think I could have. I don't think I got the whole concept then. But the lessons that we are here to learn, we can only learn under the formula of I'm separate, I'm alone in my head. There are only these dimensions. There are only 5 senses. We have to be given these particular limitations. And awakening is simply coming to understand and know, to feel in yourself that these limitations are not real. They don't exist. We believe they do, but they don't. They're really not real. It's like time. Time is not a real thing. Isn't that weird? I can't even wrap my mind around the fact that time is not real. Doesn't stop me from being late every fucking day for everything. But it's a concept. It's not anything else. How do you deal with that, You just accept that it's true. That's kitty, kitty, kitty. Time is a social construct. Well, yeah, essentially. Although I'm not so sure social is correct. But I think it's a, hey, Allie, it's a school concept, because this is school, Earth school, I think it's a construct, yes. My problem is with the word social, because that seems to imply a particular social group, and I don't really understand those. I have a very difficult time with that myself, Alice. I have a really hard time making friends with people who aren't awakened. And it's not for judgment. Maybe for the sun and the moon rotation, yeah. But I'm not so sure those are real either. I mean, not that I'm saying they don't exist. I'm saying that the whole structure that we see, that we live in, is a construct. Not a hologram. But it's built for us to learn on this level, and I don't really get it. Because I don't really get it because I'm still in this construct. I mean, we live here, we have to be here to awaken. To awaken, we have to be here and live, for the most part, unawakened in a soundstage, in a construct, in a whatever, in a laboratory. But it's not it's not for others to learn about us. It's for us to learn about us. Is that why we feel like we don't belong here all the time? Oh, God, yes. Yes, that's exactly why. We feel like we don't belong here because our spirits are not, they don't get the time thing. They don't get the separation thing. They don't get the illusion that we're not all the same being. But we're here playing these parts. It's like oh, I'm glad, Margot. I think it's fascinating too. But it's confusing as shit, right? It's hard to wrap these 5D concepts around our 3D understanding. But it's still, I think it's worthwhile. I think it's a worthwhile thing to talk about. And I feel like, we came here of our own volition, each one of us, to this life, to this physical realm. We came here to learn something specific, each one of us. And this is the way we're learning it. And so I think it's good. I also think awakening is good. Because it's important that we remember to take our own power back and remember that we are not... Hey, Mar. Socrates describes... Oh, wait a minute, honey. Socrates describes a group of people who have lived chained to the wall of a cave. Oh, I just heard that story the other night. Dallas, Texas. 2024. There will be no politics or religion discussed in here, okay? Anybody? No politics, no religion. You say one thing nasty about a race, a gender, or a political party, and I'm going to have to ban you forever, okay? Thanks. Oh, somebody said something. Somebody asked me a question. I can't remember what it was because ADHD. Evidently, I put out the siren call. Thank you, Margot. I miss you too, babe. I'm busy all the time. I'm sick all the time. Oh, God, Mike. Yeah, when you find somebody, you talk their ear off. I do that. Of course, you know what? I do that anyway. Lynn, you rock. All of you. You rock. Rock, rock, rock. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school. Somebody help me pick up where I left off because I honestly can't remember. That's exactly how they look at me. That's how we all look at each other when, what? Hey, thank you, Newts. Newts 22. I hope you enjoy. It's just an academic conversation about awakening or tarot or whatever, Talk about the third eye. Well, it's a symbol for our receptors, so to speak. It's the I don't know how to explain this, but I'm gonna work on this one, because the color is purple. So what I almost said was that it's, oh, thank you, Lynn. Yeah. And I'm a synesthete, so I was going to say that it's where you process the purple information. But what I mean by that is information that you receive on a level that's not necessarily physical. Information that you receive that's perhaps pertaining to physical, but it's known by your spirit instead of your ego. People say you have to work to open your third eye, and you don't. You have to work to accept the information that your third eye is telling you. That's the hard part. Your third eye is open. All of your chakras are open because they're not actual, they're symbolic. There's not a place on your body that's really a chakra. Your chakras don't actually reside in this skin because most of you doesn't reside in this skin. Chakras are symbols. The energy, you can use chakra energy through your body, but it doesn't contain that energy. Your body doesn't, because your body is the smallest part of you. It's not that important. I mean, it's important to us right now because this is how we see, this is how we live. But when we're not living in these bodies, we're still seeing and we're still living. To tune into that energy, the color purple, the stone amethyst, violets, anything that can allow you to focus on receiving the energy that you're being given, that the environment around you is feeding you. If you can accept it, that's the trick. The third eye is a symbol that is always present and it doesn't close. Your chakras don't close. You just receive or you don't. If you don't receive, you say that your third eye is not open. And it's just not true. It's just that you're not paying attention to it. We're taught not to pay attention to it. It's one of the things that we're given. We're given the excuse. We're given the belief that welcome. Welcome, everybody. We're given the belief that the third eye is something you really have to work for, that you have to focus on opening it. We're given that as an excuse so that we can ignore all this spiritual, what I call psychic information. We need these excuses. We need these beliefs. We need these things, or needed, I should say, so that we could focus on this shit. I don't know if selenite can do that. I know that you can, though, because I do. The rocks don't really interfere in shit. They really don't. They're nice and they're pretty and they're lovely, but they don't really interfere very much because they don't want to. They don't care. They don't want to do that. However, we sometimes get wacky electricity in our body. I got electrocuted about maybe 20 years ago on stage. My microphone wasn't grounded and we were doing a show outside. And I got electrocuted because that's what I do. And since then, it cured my migraines for one thing, because I used to have chronic migraines because of my vision. It cured that. it helped me focus, strangely enough, on my third eye, on receiving psychic information better. But now I drain batteries. I've broken small appliances. Like, we bought a microwave a few years ago when we moved into an apartment, and I killed the microwave first time I used it. And I do shit like that all the time. If your sister makes herself aware, please let you know. I have no idea what you're talking about, sweetheart. Oh, is your sister dead? I don't talk to dead people, because mostly they're never around. Once somebody dies, they tend to move on to their next stop. Usually, not always, but they don't hang out because what's there to do? Plus, they like prepping for the next life if they're going to have another one. I can't imagine anybody not having more. Sometimes they leave messengers with your guides, but I don't talk to dead people. Because they really... What do? I'm a psychic. I read cards. I help people with awakening. I help people find their path. I don't tell them their path. What I do is I shine a light for them. Oh, Alice, you too. God, it's been forever. But I'll see you in a couple days. That was you, right? Because, I just woken up. That's okay. It's okay, Kathy. You can ask me anything. I don't mind. That's what I'm doing this particular live for, is just to talk about shit. Usually I'm all busy and I don't talk, and personally I don't interact very much. I just read cards. But I've been threatening to do this for a while now, and I'm glad we're doing that. Thank you, Grace Larry Love. Monday I got a date with Alice. Guides, how do you connect with them? Open up. Nothing. Tell them you want to connect. They're right there. They're with you. They never, ever, ever leave you. Never, ever. You have 3 always, and you often have many more than that. But there's a minimum of 3 with you at all times. And they're there at the behest of your spirit. They were hired to do this job before you were born, and likely before you began this particular karmic wheel. They're always with you. To get a reading from me, you go to my link tree on my bio, find Jenny the Psychic. I think it just says Jenny the Psychic. That's got my web page on it, which is nothing more than, it's basically a flyer. Then you find me on Messenger, which is, I'm not doing readings tonight, Angela. Angelo. I'm not doing that tonight. I'm just talking. But you can get all the information you need from the links on my link tree, and then you hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and then we talk about it and decide when's a good time, and set it up. I'm kind of expensive though. I don't do questions. I give you a full ass reading. And we always do it face to face, via Messenger, video chat, or FaceTime. It's fun. It's fun. And it takes a couple hours, and it's not 2 questions for $5. It's everything for $150. So, it's, a lot of people think I'm too expensive, but you're paying for a lot of experience and a lot of talent. I'm fucking good. Yeah, a couple of hours. Yeah, I'm very thorough. Yeah. Yeah, it's easier. I give you a better reading if I'm able to be really thorough. Hang out, babe. Hang out, Angelo. You're worth it too. It's better for you. You get a better reading if you don't tell me much, except, I ask at the beginning of a reading, I ask for your first name and your birth date. You could give me your favorite color and your shoe size. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. It's just a way to tune in. And then I shuffle the cards for a few hours. Okay, a couple of minutes, but still, it seems like forever. You get the incredible privilege of listening to some of my awful music. Sometimes I am having such a hard time settling my mind, and that I have to listen to death metal to shuffle the cards. Then I'll just start laying the cards out and telling you everything I see. And also this new thing I've been doing, and I take pictures of the layouts as I lay them out and then send them to you because it's fun and they're pretty. I started doing it because I don't remember readings. Which tattoo? This one? Because I got an ass ton of tattoos. This one, it doesn't really represent anything. It's obviously it's a mandala because before I awakened, and actually a little before that, I was a Hindu witch, meaning that I was monotheistic, and monotheistic because I followed Shiva instead of the regular pantheon of Celtic type or Celtic or Roman or Greek or whatever gods that other people followed. I was chosen by Shiva, and so I still feel an affinity for that form of all that is. This was mostly tribute to that. That no, sweetheart, I'm not doing readings tonight. Just talking about shit. Anyway, it's just a mandala that I was losing my hair. I started losing my hair when I was really young, like my late 20s. My hair started falling out. By the time I was 50, I was like, I'm never going to have hair. It's never going to come back. I was spending all kinds of money that I didn't have, trying to, get it to grow back. No such thing. So I, okay, Angelo. So I shaved it after years of my daughter telling me, oh my God, no, don't do that. It's not a good look for the fat girl. We'll see. I shaved it, and then I let it be known that I was looking for somebody to tattoo my head. Now, I'm lucky in that one of my baby brothers is famous. He's a famous death metal drummer. And when his fans found out that I wanted to tattoo my head, man, those death metal homies were banging down my door. It was awesome. And so really great artist whose name, unfortunately, I can't divulge because it was illegal, came and drew, hand drew freehand the mandala with marker, and then laid it in. The whole process took about 10 hours because it took forever to draw it. Laying the ink in didn't take that long. And then just this past year, not this January, but the one before, a local artist here had been bugging me to please let me work on that tattoo. Let me color that tattoo, please. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. And so finally, after a year of him kind of pushing me and me being doubtful, because shit means something to me, and I let him do it, and it was magic, just fucking magic. These colors are just I mean, I didn't like it at first because, well, these are the colors that are me, and I felt like I was being mocked with my own color palette. Damn it. Who does he think he is? It started to make sense after a while, and now it's makes me so happy, Me, I am 59. I've got 2 grown kids. One is 30, 59. Wait, so okay. Rachel's 38, she'll be 39 oh no, she was 39 last month. My son is 28, he'll be 29 in November. Different fathers. I'm fucking weird. I have ADD, PTSD, dyslexia, hyperlexia. I'm a synesthete. I have synesthesia. I'm very easily confused and distracted unless I'm working, and then I'm lightning focus, and that's it. I sing. Everybody in my family is a musician. I'm the only one who only sings. I'm the only girl, the oldest. I'm the oldest of 6 kids in 3 families. Some of us have the same mom. Some of us have the same dad. I'm the only one who's psychic, professionally. 2 of my brothers and my father are geniuses. 2 of them are musical geniuses, along with their intellectual prowess. Cough, cough, carpet. Why are you eating carpet? My favorite genre to sing, I'm a punk my own self, but I don't sing punk. I tend to sing, shit like Creep, Tool, and at the same time, Imelda May. It doesn't really matter. I just, it has to move me, it has to mean something inside me. So I'll sing, I don't really have a favorite genre. I tend to avoid blues, but that's because I was raised in a jazz house, and in Kansas City. I grew up with disdain, which is not anything but me being an elitist bitch. I can't help that. I'm an Aquarius with an Aquarius stellium in the 12th house. I'm a Pisces rising and a Libra moon. So I couldn't really be anything else but psychic and a bitch. I don't know what else I can share. Like I said, I'm in love for the first time in my whole life with somebody who's almost 20 years younger than me. And we just broke up, but we're still together. I mean, I don't understand how relationships work. Because they don't make sense. Dark side of the moon, yeah. What about the breakup thing? I break up with him all the time. All the time. We can't stay away from each other. The breakup will last 3 or 4 days, and my bestie just called. When she called earlier, she was calling to ask if he and I were back together again. Like, well, not exactly. We seem to get along better if there's no commitment. And that's him, not me. I am committed. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, he's out playing drums with a friend. She is sweet. She is a sweet bestie. I love her. I started reading cards when I was, I think 24. I think I was 24 when I got my first tarot reading. I'd never had my cards read before, and she called me up and said, "We're doing tarot readings. Come over." And so I did, not knowing what was going to happen. But she said the word reading, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's read." Luckily for me, I didn't think it through, and I didn't bring a book because reading. And she read my cards, and she was having a hard time feeling the flow from me because, well, I was severely abused as a child, not by my musician father, just so you know. I was severely physically abused, and kicked around. I was closed, and so she told me to focus on her third eye, and so I just did. She said, imagine a beam, a purple beam, and I did, but I didn't know if I was doing it right, so I pushed. And she was like, "Ooh." And it changed everything. The act of physically taking my third eye and using it, of imagining the spot, imagining the purple, imagining the lightsaber, and I went out that day after she was done. I went out and bought myself a deck of cards. She used the Hanson Roberts deck. Prettiest thing I'd ever seen. I got something else. The Soleon Tarot, some Italian deck. It caught my eye in the moment, but it didn't work for me. I went and got a Hanson Roberts deck like the next time I got some money, like a couple of weeks later. And I found a book to go with it, and I would read anybody who came near me. Let's do this. Let's see how, and staring at the book, and I did that for about a year, just so that I could learn all of the cards, learn what every single one of them meant. I was obsessed. You take a girl with ADD and give her something that finally turns her on. I was all over that shit. And then after doing that for a year, I found the Thoth deck, and it was like a whole world opened up for me. And I studied that deck for a year too, and I didn't even want to read people's cards with it because it was so much, and it was so not like, it wasn't like the other decks. It was so vivid and so mobile and so alive. And you know what? That kind of feeling for paper. It's fucking paper. I blow through these every 3 months, It's paper. But that kind of feeling for paper, man, that's there's no denying that's your thing when that happens. And I've been using the same fucking deck. Like I said, I still blow through them every 3 months, but I've been using the same Thoth type deck for more than 30 years now. Let's see, 59, 29, 32. 32 years I've been using this deck. And connect with paper. Yes, it's paper. There's nothing magical or And this is as important as this. It's a symbol. This is full of symbols. The symbols are important, not the paper. And I don't like it when people kind of fetishize their cards, kind of treat them as if they're the magic. The cards, my cards are mad at me. My cards are yelling at me. My cards are, no, they're not. Your cards aren't doing shit. They're laying there. That's your guides. That's your guides trying to get you to pay attention to that need to feel that flow through you again. And how fabulous that I get to feel that flow through me and connect through these cards. Come on, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You know how Azure won my heart? He called me the High Priestess. And he was talking about the one in my deck. Now I'm trying to find the card so I can show you. But he found the one thing he could say that would make me feel beautiful and valid while calling attention to what I am. I'm not saying I'm the High Priestess. I'm saying that I am basically this spiritual weirdo, and I don't really, well, I guess I need people now, but I didn't really need other people's opinions or validation to tell me that I didn't waste space. Man, my teeth look really weird on this light. And I keep breaking up with him. Thank you. I love my tattoos too. I love my tattoos. They're, every one of them means something. This is my dad. Yikes. There. This is my dad's face. Jazz musician. I got this tattoo a week before my daddy died. And the timing was pretty awesome. He died on a New Year's Eve day, 10 or 15 years ago. I can never remember the date. I always have to ask my son. The year. And I got it a week before Christmas and went to his house on Christmas Eve. And I didn't say anything about it because my dad says, is an Aquarius thing. My dad always said that, or he didn't actually say it in these words, but he meant this. He was like, okay, if you have feelings, which you shouldn't, you save them up for the stage like a normal person. That's my dad's philosophy of life, right? He was a Pisces with an Aquarius rising. And a Scorpio moon. Man, chicks loved him. I do readings. I'm not doing them tonight. But so a friend of mine had just come into a handful of cash and she was going to get herself a tattoo and says, let me buy you one. I'm like, okay. And so this, the photo of my dad, this was Daddy's, the cover of his first album was this photograph that my stepmother had taken, and they'd done some shit to it to make it an inverted silhouette. I don't know. But that was the cover of his first album. And me and my brother, we both have the same tattoo on our arms. Positioned differently, but the same thing. Mine's bigger because he is a pussy. He's also a Pisces. I've been surrounded by Pisces my entire life. My daughter's a Pisces. My dog was a Pisces. Best little dog ever. My dad, my brothers, me. Well, I'm not really. I've got Pisces rising, but I'm fucking Pisces. Welcome, Pisces peeps. So I've been thinking about doing readings like everybody else does, doing a card for the day or doing readings for lives. And you know what? I can't figure out how to do it. I can't figure out how to make it happen. Oh, hey, Sag, my son Travis is a Sagittarius. Travi Death Grips. And he's awesome. Actually, he's a double Sag. He's a Sagittarius with Sagittarius rising and, oh God, and a Scorpio moon. Cancer. Carl's a Cancer. Azure's a Cancer. Half of my boyfriends throughout, guys whose names I've bothered to learn, they're all Cancers. I seem to love Cancers. And yet every fucking one of them drive me crazy. Oh, that has to do with the time you were born, Cassandra. You have to get your exact birth time. But you can go to, Geminis are my favorite. You can go to Cafe Astrology and plug in your information, get a chart for free. It'll tell you everything you need. Your sun sign is actually not that important compared to your rising or your moon. And I only know this because I'm just now learning it. My godfather and his wife were astrologers. And so I just sort of accepted astrology. But I never bothered to learn about it very deep because, you know what? All the math. Why? Why is there always all the math? Taurus, Carl, Chef Carl, my partner, he's Travis Death Grip's dad. He's got a Taurus rising. And Azure has Taurus moon, and Azure's got Aquarius rising, and Carl has a Aquarius moon. It makes me feel creepy because I didn't know I had such a type, and I do. Leo rising. You know what? You look like a Leo, Mar. Taurus moon. That the moon has to do with your emotional responses, how you feel, how you love, how you receive love, give love, your feelings. The rising sign is really so important. It's mostly your personality. It's how you communicate. It's how you, it's part of how you communicate. It's how you appear. City, I would have told anybody that they were full of shit if they had told me that, because these people are all different. They're so different. No, they're not different at all. They're rearranged. I like the configuration of Aquarius rising with Taurus moon a lot better than the other one, than Taurus rising and Aquarius moon, because I tend not to get along with Taurus people very well. Pisces. Damn it. I cannot speak. Pisces. Let's see what happens. Let me pick a sign. And I'm going to read for rising signs. I'm going to try to read for rising signs, for the rising sign collective of pick something. Rearranged. It's true though. Aries rising. Okay. Cancer rising. Pisces rising. Okay. I'm going to be the selfish cunt that I am. And you know what? No, I'm going to go for Leo because what the hell? Okay, let's see what happens. I don't even know how to frame it. Okay, let's talk about Leo rising for the rest of this full moon period. Excellent. Leo rising for this full moon. Let's see what's coming up. Starting the 28th to the last day of March. The 28th to the, oh no, yeah, 28th to the 31st. Okay, let's say, are you? Okay, so we've got Leo rising, and Leo. Okay, cool. Let's go for Leo. Rising, Sun, Moon, and Venus. What's coming up for this particular full moon phase? 3. I am wasting my fucking time. Hang on. I guess I'm wasting your fucking time. I was going to read with the Witch's Tarot. But if I'm doing something new, experimenting, I should do it with my real deck, you know. Yes, same criteria. Leo, rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, whatever the fuck, for this full moon period. 2. And 1. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? What? Oh, fucking bullshit. I've got another. Everything okay? You guys still here? Good connection. Y'all see me? Okay, great. Because I left TikTok for a minute there. Yeah, no, I'm not going to read for you, but I am reading for Leo, rising, Sun, Moon, Venus. So the first thing you should try and think about with this full moon phase is fear. Don't try and dispel fear. You can't get rid of it. Fear is a thing. Fear is like your ego. It's present. It doesn't have to mean anything, though, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be important. Fear is. Accept it. Don't deny it. Accept it and then ignore it because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any power over you. Fear is a creation of the ego, and the ego is just as dumb as I am on a Friday night. Just dumb. The ego is an idiot. Ignore it. Fear is created by the ego. Ignore it. When it yells, yeah, shut the door. It's okay. It's going to stay there. Eventually, the din, the noise of the fear telling you, oh my God, you can't do that. They're all going to laugh at you. That quiets down, you know. Next to that, we have the moon. How the hell are you supposed to move forward without the fear? You're leaving the house without your pants. No. No, there's fun and light and love out there. Just pass through those doorways. It's not scary. And it's not as mysterious as you keep telling yourself. It seems like it's a big mystery. There's shadows and stuff. But no. No. I never, ever go outside with pants. But that's because I haven't worn pants for, I don't know, since I was in my early 20s. I wear skirts all the time. All the time. Going through the doorway of the moon, going through this passageway, it leads to awakening. It leads to new experiences. It leads to new. It's what we all want. We want new experiences. Our obsession with mystery is ridiculous. We want to scare ourselves. Why? Why? Just accept that there's nothing scary in passing through a doorway, especially if you're not taking your fear. Leave your fear at home with your pants and go outside. It's fun. They got boys there. And without your fear pants, without your pants of fear and doom, everybody can see how beautiful, how wonderful, how valuable, how creative, inspiring, and shit together you are. You know, we never think of ourselves as shit together, you know, but we are to other people. To other people, we always look like we got it more together than we think we do. We think, I don't know how to adult. I am not adulting, but the person sitting right over there looks at you and said, wow, that chick is shit together. Because to other people, you are. You are wonderful. Because they don't have the same criteria that you have for yourself. You have unrealistic expectations of what you should be. Thank you. You have unrealistic expectations of what you should be. You expect this perfection of yourself that doesn't really have anything to do with perfection. We think of perfection as an end. It's a finite position. It's stuck right there. When I achieve this, I will be perfect and I won't have to worry about learning and growing and wait, I'm dead. Perfect means, and this is really what it does mean, it means you are exactly who you're supposed to be in this moment. And that's perfect and that's fucking beautiful. And you are. All of you, you are. You are exactly who you are supposed to be in this moment. And when you grow more, you'll be perfect in that moment too. I mean, I like to think about it like a tree. You know, a tree doesn't judge its progression, its growth. We don't really either. We accept that that tree is that tree. That tree is the way it is. That's the tree. It's perfect. And we end with the Ace of, what is this, discs? Yeah, the Ace of Discs. A grounded new beginning. It's not a new beginning in wishes. It's not a new beginning in dreams or hopes or it's a new beginning in your life, physically. A real, tangible, fresh start. And it's going to feel that way. It's going to feel like a tangible, fresh start because you've done everything you needed to do up until now. Maybe you didn't do it on your own schedule. I mean, on the schedule you had wanted to get it done on, but you got it done. Because here is the new beginning. You never know if you're done doing what you're supposed to do until you look back and you see that it's done. You know, there's this, back to the awakening subject, there's this belief that you have to do everything a certain way in a certain order according to certain criteria in order to be awakened. That's not true. You don't have to do shit. You just have to be willing and have set yourself up to accept awakening. Your higher self is the one who makes that decision. Your spirit decides when you're going to be awakened, if you're going to be awakened. I heard this little girl talk in a room somewhere, I don't remember, about she hoped she was chosen to be awakened. I couldn't even say anything. How do you respond to that? What do you mean chosen? Who the hell else is going to choose you except you? I mean, like there was a lottery or some shit. And it's just not like that. I didn't do any shadow work because I didn't know there was such thing when I was awakened. And I was awakened in 2012. I mean, I did work on myself because that's also my thing. And I did it since. I've done shadow work continuously. The need to do shadow work, the assignment of shadow work, is to Miss Marie is to give you something to do, to focus, while you and your spirit are. It's beautiful to see you, Mary. It's beautiful to see you. I think about you a lot. It's busy work while you and your spirit, your higher self, are subconsciously talking it out. You want to be awakened with this shit on your plate? Maybe you want to wait a little bit, you know? It happens when it happens. And when it happens is when your spirit says, okay, it's time. You can choose to accept that, or you can choose to fight it and turn around and refuse your awakening. It's all personal choice. Of course Jesus loves me. Why wouldn't he love me? That really weirds me out when people think that I don't feel loved. Jesus also doesn't judge me. And neither will you, Ainsley. My block hand is strong. Everybody's an empath, okay? Everybody. Everybody's an empath. Everybody. It's just a sense. We all have it. It's like vision or hearing or smell or taste or touch. If you can touch the table in front of you, does that mean that's your life's calling? Honey, you feel that weight because you're taking on this weird responsibility for having a sense that everybody has. The reason the sense is larger right now is because, well, we're changing. Everybody's changing. Awakening is happening. Stop taking in other people's energy. You're supposed to read it, not eat it. If you feel something funky and you feel like you can tell the person, you've got this kind of energy, this feeling, do you want help with it? If they want help with it, you can help them wash it away, but never, ever take it on yourself. Never take it into your own body. It doesn't help anybody. Exactly. And, some people are here to be empathic, but nobody is ever here to be a garbage dump. Nobody, not ever. That's not anybody's purpose. It's never anybody's purpose to carry around somebody else's energy. Taste it, feel it, and advise. That's it. You taste the energy, you feel the energy. Is it healthy? Is it ill? Is it blocked? Is it flowing? Is it, what color is it? What color, and if you can't see it, which most people can't anyway, but what color does it feel like is what I'm trying to say. Advise a certain type of healing. If you're focusing on being an empath, that's fine. Don't ever take it into your body. Get other information. Maybe from books rather than from TikTok. I don't know what you need to do to strengthen your gift. I'm not here talking about that tonight, and I hope you find what you need. I don't know what your gift is. I prefer talent because nobody handed this shit to you. It all comes from you. It's just everything seems to be getting stronger right now. It feels stronger. It feels stronger, and that's because a lot of the veils that we've had around us, keeping us kind of deadened so that we could live here in Earth School, they're being pulled away now. We're no longer being told not to pay attention to the man behind the curtain, because we are the man behind the curtain. We have to pay attention to ourselves. You'll find what you're supposed to do. You'll find your purpose when you're ready, when you feel better about yourself, when you feel more comfortable. Well, Besos, welcome. This is my first time doing this. I usually I read for awakening. I don't talk about it. But I've been feeling really agitated lately about the misinformation about awakening. It's been really starting to get to me. And I've been, up until now, just keeping my mouth shut as much as it's possible for me to keep my mouth shut, which is, okay, it's not possible. I've been pretending I'm keeping my mouth shut. But it's time to dispel the myths and the rumors. The most important one I wanted to talk about was that 5D bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've been living in 5D consciousness for a really long time. Right? Right, Marie? There's so much bullshit. And it's kind of embarrassing, too. That why isn't a fucking grown-up standing up and talking about this? Okay, I'm a fucking grown-up. I'm older than everybody. I'll talk. Plus, I've been awakened for a long time. And when I say a long time, I don't mean 6 months. 5D, a lot of people are referring to the astral plane as 5D. 5D means 5 dimension, and in awakening context, it means fifth dimensional consciousness. It just means an expansion of your awareness, expansion of understanding of love, an expansion of, but you're not standing out there telling people, that you know everything, that you're the truth, the light, and the way, You're not telling people that you know how they can awaken and what part they have to play in the stupid fucking war they're building in the astral. Seriously. Kids, don't. The 5D is not the astral plane. If it were, things would be very, very different. But we all touch the astral plane when we sleep. It's just normal. Yes, I'm not kidding, Marie. I'm not kidding. I have a client and a friend who told me all about the astral wars. Yeah. A lot of really big content creators believe in it too. It's not real. It's imaginary. Just because you can imagine something doesn't mean it's real. I have no idea. Yes, ourselves. We've got various factions. I don't understand that much of it. In the Dune movie. Yeah, there's sandworms. It's awful. We fight for the spice. See, I've got blue eyes. Spice. I'm probably a bad guy. I do know that I've been blocked by several of those people. Oh, dude. The first time I heard about it, all I could do was, and I said, honey, no, that's not right. She says, wait till you get to the 5D. I'm like, okay. Sometimes you can only say, okay. You might be, baby. I don't know. Me and Bezos were bad. We're bad. Oh, it's midnight. When did I start this? It was after 10, right? I have no idea. But anyway, 5D is an expansion of consciousness. Like, Night City, wisdom. I don't have any wisdom. I'm just fucking old. Thank you. It will. It will. He's going to come back pretty soon. And it will go just great. 10:45. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Mike. I should have paid attention, but I actually did pay attention. I just forgot. I forget everything all the time. You think maybe that forgetting is my awakened superpower? Yeah, that's got to be it. I haven't been forgetting all my life. Have I? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've been forgetting for so long. I forgot about explaining 5D yet again. Okay, so here's how it works. Consciousness. This is what it's about. This is what awakening's about. What the 5D is about. It's everything. It's about consciousness. It's about understanding. It's about connection. Okay, so with that in mind, exactly, only relevant information and only in the moment of speaking it. First dimension, straight line. We all know that. It's math, or something. It's a science thing. Hi, Tesla coil. You're electric. Sparkly. Second dimension is like a piece of paper, a flat drawing. 3D, we cube it. 4D, we add in a higher level of consciousness, which adds time. But as far as awakening is concerned, it adds love. It adds unconditional love. This is where you start to feel love for everybody. And it's not the kind of love, it's not an in-love thing. It's I love you. I say this all the time because I do. I love every single one of you. It doesn't have anything to do with like. It's just a feeling, and I feel it, and I'm conscious of this. It's not contingent upon your behavior, your thoughts, feelings, anything. I just love you. You don't have to change. You don't have to be any particular thing. I love you exactly as you are right now, with the understanding that you may or may not grow, and I'll love you whether you do or do not, with the understanding that you may or may not change, and that doesn't matter either. I just love you. Doesn't mean I got to put up with your shit, as evidenced by the fact that I have blocked people very quickly here, because I don't care. I'll block people and I'll still love them. I can love you just as much from where you are there. Actually, probably more than I can with you here. And it's not any less love. It's real. That's 4D. With that also comes acceptance, unconditional acceptance. I accept that you are exactly as you are, and that's just fine with me. Once again, does not mean I unconditionally accept your bullshit or your presence in my life if you're fucking up, but I don't take the acceptance away. Different kinds of accept. They're spelled the same. Different kinds, though. One is I accept who you are, and I don't expect you to change. But I don't have to accept you in my life, because maybe we don't get along. Doesn't change my feelings for you. I still love you so much. 5D is when you start feeling that love coming from the universe. You feel that love coming from the universe at you. And then you realize, oh my God, that's coming out of me too. It's flowing through God, the universe, through me, through every fiber of me. And you realize then, finally, that the universe doesn't judge you. God doesn't judge you. Loves you. There's no contingent there. You don't have to be anything other than what you are. And you start feeling that for everybody and everything, because you can feel the bits of conscious universe in everybody and everything. That's 5D. That's what it's like. It doesn't have anything to do with fighting or astral planes or imagination or how big your ass is or, if you're trying to awaken or not. Because you can see, finally, that the people around you, in front of you, on the TV, wherever, are built of bits of this universal consciousness, this universal love. Everything is valid. Everybody's valid, awakened or not. Because what the fuck is awakened? It's a level of consciousness. And it doesn't change anything as far as our importance or our validity. We are still worthy of love, deserving of love, because we are love, whether we know it or not. And most of us don't know it. But I know it. And you will too. And it feels different. It's added another dimension, another layer, another gigantic level of expansion. And yeah, but you don't have to put up with this shit, Mike. You have to love your car because it deserves love. It can have that love from a distance, with maybe your boot stuck in it or a dump. I know there were words that went with that, but I couldn't say any of them. I can't always get the words. Like I said, love doesn't mean you got to put up with it. And you know what? You can't stop it. Once you get to 5D consciousness, you can't stop the love. And so a lot of people get caught up in the thought, which is definitely a 3D thought. The thought that if you love somebody, you have to put up with them. If you love something, you have to put up with it. No, that's not what love is about. And sometimes it is diametrically opposed to love. Putting up with something in spite of what they're doing, how they're behaving, just because of love. No, that's not how love works. You can't take the love away, and you shouldn't. But you can take the people away. They don't have to hang out, Wow. Love Life 410. Adore Mila. Patra. I can't see and I can't read, and I keep trying to do both of those things. Marco really loves you. Oh, that's wonderful. Hi guys. So hey Griselda, I think I'm gonna stop because I'm actually kind of tired and hungry. But this has been fun. I'll do this again. We'll do this again. And maybe I'll find a tarot night sometime, a night to, I don't know about that. I shouldn't say that because that one little reading was fun, but doing that 12 times in a night, it's 12:08 here. I'm in Mountain Standard. We don't have daylight savings time here in Arizona. Yeah. Love you, Mike. Yeah, see you Tuesday. Oh, thank you for the patience. I don't know what the hell happened. I was fine and ready to work, and then it was like I got hit with a wave of sick. I mean, I got scared. I almost had Carl take me to the hospital. But then I slept for a long time and it started getting better. You just found inspirational statements. Now I'm leaving. There will be more. There will be more. And, I do readings for Spiritual Awakening on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard time. So, you can always show up there. And who knows, hopefully I'll be spontaneously popping up here more often. I love you, all of you, so much. Truly, I do. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Thanks. Thanks, Allie. Thanks, Mike. I love you guys.